Ruby Gillman is a film that reminded everyone that DreamWorks is a studio where the strategy is to just throw anything at the wall and see what sticks. That is how we went from Puss in Boots 2 to this. With that out of the way, in celebration of the fact it finally got on Netflix where I live, let's have a look at the film. Meet Ruby. She is a kraken in high school, wants to go to prom, but her mother won't let her. This is because if she goes in the water, she becomes a giant monster, but she doesn't know that yet. Well, she decides without her mother's approval, she'll go to prom, and when trying to invite the boy she likes, he gets knocked in the water. Then she saves him. No, that's not right. Then she goes after him, becomes a giant kraken, and the new girl, who is a mermaid, saves him. Her name is Chelsea. She will be important later. Ruby asks her mother about it. She doesn't answer a good enough answer, so she goes with her uncle, who's there because she turned into a giant kraken. Remember that? He meets her grandmother, who's a warrior queen, and we learn that mermaids are evil, and krakens are good. So they just reversed it. That's fine. After all this, Chelsea and Ruby become sea besties or something. I don't know. Do you think I really care about this film? Then Chelsea betrays Ruby, and they fight. Ruby wins, and everything is okay. And Ruby goes to prom. Remember that plot point? No, that's fine. So they dance, and that's how the film ends. Well, there is so much to unpack here. Let's begin, shall we? Ruby and her mother's relationship is supposed to be the heart of the film. But whenever it comes across like it, I never felt like I cared for these two at all. The main conflict that gets started is Ruby can't go to prom. Wow, that is very compelling. Then it becomes her mom wasn't telling the whole truth. Now Ruby hates her but loves her. Well, at least that's what they say. Then it tries to be a profound about this paradox when it doesn't have to at all. It's just so annoying. I just couldn't care at all. Well, the one that I cared about, and what's interesting, I already knew how it was going to end. Ruby and Chelsea feels like the most disappointing aspect of this film, because if they just played it straight, then it would be so much better. And of course, they revealed it in the trailer. They revealed the twist in the trailer. Why? I have a feeling this was a case of DreamWorks making fun of Disney stories, and it just feels petty. You would think after 2 decades they would stop being so petty against the mouse. And it's not even that funny at all. Something that unreasonably angered me is they made her human persona Dutch, but not Danish. As the original Little Mermaid tale is Danish. Sorry if you're Dutch, it's just there's a reason there's a statue of the Little Mermaid in Copenhagen. I know that it would be requiring a lot of rewriting, but I still believe that it should have been better if it was played straight, because that would have given us a story far more interesting and a lot more uplifting and a better spin on the original tale, because you couldn't tell Ruby Gillman is pretty much just the original tale but with changes, as it's being reversed, a mythical creature that wants to switch from being on land to the sea where they feel they belong, want to join. They end up helping a villain gain a trident, which turns them into a giant monster. Then with help from someone they met in the new world, they fix it and everything is okay now. Wow, I had a lot more to say than I expected. Ruby's grandma, she just sucks. She's so annoying, and she is the absolute worst and reveals the biggest downside of this film, which is when you apply real world logic to the story for 5 seconds, it falls apart quickly. You start sympathizing with the villain. And another downside of the story not being played straight, as with the Ruby and Chelsea plotline, is you get this message that is very cynical and not appreciated at all. The main theme is rising to the occasion, doing what is right. It just so happens what is the right thing is keeping a regime that's entire business is stopping other creatures from doing their own thing. I mean, think about it. Seriously. They hate all mermaids? That just feels a bit mean. Am I overthinking it? Probably. It's fine. Conclusion? The more I think about this film, the worse it gets. 5 out of 10 if you can watch it and not apply real world logic. Maybe I'm just stupid, you know what? I'm probably just overthinking it, like I said. I'll see you for the